I was brought on as the social worker for the Durham Nativity School in the summer of 2008. They were looking for a licensed clinical social worker that would be able to engage parents and children at the school and work as a team member of their staff. I remember my interview, and the first question that I was asked was, "Who am I? And what would I bring to this school?" And I told them that I was more than willing to come and partner with them to do something great in the lives of these families here. I let them know that I felt that my passion and my purpose in life was to encourage children in some way, shape, or form, and that I did want to motivate and encourage the students and the families to be successful at this school.
There are actually two important sides of social work, and I would give equal value to each side. There is a science of social work. There is a body of knowledge that helps us to understand variations in these outcomes, these social problems, because it gives us sort of the targets, the things that must be influenced in order to make a difference in those particular outcomes. But you've got to go a step further than that in social work. It's also about actually taking that science and applying that science to creating real change. And that real change occurs in the context of a relationship with a client.
If you're coming towards parents in an accusatory way, and if you're blaming them, that they're not going to receive it. So we are always coming from a positive place of what can we do to help them be successful.
The parent has to understand this is not a accusation of their poor parenting skills. It has to be an identification that there is an issue that can be improved, can be changed if we work together.
I demystify what the word social work may mean to them. I let them know I am not working for the state. I am not in any way trying to come in and judge you as a parent or remove your child. I'm here to partner. I am a resource. I'm coming to the house to be supportive. I'm just an extension of the school.
Her job has really been to lead the parent engagement initiative on the part of the school, contacting parents, having conversations with those parents, talking about their son that's involved in the school and how they can be more affirming and supportive of their performance as a student.
At the beginning of the school year, I take an opportunity to visit each family and connect with them and to just let them know that I'm here to partner with them. And I try to learn about each student and to figure out what it is that they need. For example, if it's a student that has trouble with attention or is not very organized, I may give the parent a calendar and ask them to come in and write down the projects and upcoming quizzes and tests, and I'd call them and follow up with them. I think that that's part of the way that we keep each other engaged. We're either seeing each other during drop off or pick up, talking with each other on the phone, sending out emails, and just following up on all the things and thanking them. She totally picked the right part to give him. He just took it and flew with it. So you have a force to be reckoned with on your hands. We're glad. And I guess the only other thing while I have you on the phone I would say is just make sure he continues to get enough rest this week, especially since he's testing. So far so good. The first day was good. So we'll continue on tomorrow, and I will see you on Thursday. A lot of times when you're calling them from the school, they ask me, the top 3 questions that they ask me are, is my child in trouble? Is my child sick? Is my child hurt? And I have to answer those right off the bat whenever I call. I'm saying, Miss Smith, he's not in trouble, he's not hurt, he's not sick. I find that we are reminding parents a lot that they still need you. They still need you to keep their due dates and their activities on a calendar. They still need you to help them to be organized. They still need you to stay on them about taking care of themselves and taking pride in their appearance and taking pride in their work.
The best social worker for this kind of model would be somebody who has a broad experience with low-income family issues, education, and juvenile challenges.
I have the flexibility to be able to leave and go into the community, to be able to make those phone calls, to do a lot of the running that the teachers aren't always able to do.
We just don't want him to feel like he has to turn things in late, so.
In my previous position as an outpatient therapist, I would have a caseload of about 10 to 15 kids where I would probably see one client for about 50 minutes once a week. And that was limiting because we were limited to office work where we were mostly talking about feelings and emotions and working on skill building. As a school social worker, I don't have to worry about whether what I'm doing is billable because I have the freedom in my job to be able to do whatever it takes to get the need met.
I'm signing out one of the students that I'm taking home today.
If a student or a parent of a student here were to call and let me know, Ms. Vanderbilt, my lights are about to be turned off, immediately we would start to go into problem solving. We would work as a team. So I would tell her to pool her resources and look to see if there are any family members or friends that can help out while I'm calling up churches or various organizations that will do the one-time emergency funding and things like that. And after the need has been met and addressed, then we would talk about what happened to get us to this point, or what happened to get the family to that point, and what are some things that we could talk about putting in place to avoid this in the future.
Oh, how did things come with the Medicaid application? Were you able to get that by?
In no way do we look down upon families because I feel that we've all been there where we've been in a tight spot. There are some parents that it took them a little bit of time to really understand that I was for real, that I wasn't coming in with judgment, and that I wasn't coming in to assess whether they were good parents or whether they had a great home. And they were honest enough to say, Ms. Vanderbilt, I really didn't think you were for real in the beginning. And so they'll say, "You're all right." I gotta hug my divas right quick. You're gonna get his report card, and we'll talk about next year. Hey, Mr. Brown.